Y'all ready for this?
Good morning, Creekside Otters.
Today is Tuesday, June 20th, 2023, the last day of school.
Yep, that's my celebration, by the way. That's how you, yeah. Well, like always, let's start in with a check-in. Miss Allison, how are you doing today?
You know, I'm feeling a lot of emotions today. I am feeling in the yellow zone. I'm excited because it's the end of the school year and I'm excited for summer, but I'm also feeling a little anxious because, you know, with the schedule that I've had all year and the people I've seen all year, you know, it's going to be different over the summer. I'm feeling in the blue zone because I'm honestly a little tired since it's the end of the school year. And I'm also a little sad because I'm going to miss people over the summer or those who aren't returning. So that makes me a little sad. So I'm kind of feeling all over the place.
Yeah, I bet there are a lot of people that are watching this morning that are probably feeling a lot of those things, maybe all of those things, or maybe just some of those things. How about it, Creekside Otters? Anybody out there feeling some of those things?
It's nice to know I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone. You know, you're part of our community, just like everybody that's watching this. You know, one of the things that I like to do, you know, especially at this time of year when things are changing and all the things you just shared, is just to kind of think back at all of the great things that happened this year. There was a lot of things that we've all kind of been through and experienced, and it's always helpful to just kind of think back and reminisce and talk about some of those things and celebrate some of those fun things that we did this year. You want to do that with me?
I think that sounds like a great plan. Actually, could I start? I think I have my first one. One thing that I remember that I really enjoyed was the illustrator author visit. Vikram Madan, he did a fabulous job sharing with all of us here at school.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Pretty cool opportunity. One thing I remember is all the assemblies that we did way back. If you were, I mean, people watching, you remember when we did our Veterans Day assembly and we had family members come and we had a slideshow and people sang. We did a lot of that throughout the year, and the assemblies were fantastic. We had the bugs assembly, and we talked about bullying prevention, which was super helpful and great conversations from that. We had the curiosity quest that came, and they came. Oh man, that was such a great presentation. I don't remember if you remember, and they had all the costumes and the dressing up like the turtles, and the kids were the assemblies were awesome this year.
They really were. I still remember them. I'll remember them for years to come. I also remember our students just being peoples of service. Like you did the MLK service project and you created notes and letters for people in retirement communities and made a difference in people's lives. So thank you all for your service, because that was huge and really did make a difference in our community.
Yeah, and it just really shows how our students here are really trying to follow the Creekside Way and follow that equity pledge that we signed so long ago, right? One of my favorite memories, and at the time I don't know it was my favorite, but do you remember when all the lights went out and we had the power outage and we had lanterns in the bathroom and people were walking around in the dark with flashlights, and oh my goodness, one of those things that's, you know, it'll probably never ever happen again, but it was just one of those things that we figured out and turned it into, you know, an okay experience. And I think it was, you know, in some ways it was kind of fun, right, to have the power out, and that was just another fun memory.
You know, whenever we have challenges like that, our students come together and our staff come together. And so I really appreciate that about our community. It was kind of like all the indoor recesses we had. That was probably not a fun memory as much, but I do remember it, right? When we had all the smoke days at the beginning of the year and we had to have indoor recess. So, you know, that was another memory, maybe not my fondest, but, you know, we came together, we were flexible, and we made it work, which I appreciate about all our Creekside Otters.
Well, fingers crossed we won't have that much smoke starting in the next year, but I do remember that was a lot of indoor recess. Yeah. Well, speaking maybe of the opposite, do you remember when we were outside and we did our fun run and we had opened all the gates and we were running all the way around the building, and That was super fun just to see all the faces as kids were running by and just having a good time. And even the kids that weren't running, but just out exercising and walking and being able to talk with their friends while they were walking was awesome to see. Again, more of that community, right?
Yes, it was. And it was so much fun. It was fun to be a part of it. And that reminds me of field day, which we just had, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was so much fun, being able to be out and about and go do a variety of activities, and then having our parents here helping volunteer also. That was so much fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. And our parents really have done a lot for our school, our PTA, and all the events that they planned. I mean, those were some great times too, where we came together, not just our school, but like our whole community, right? We came together, like the Halloween bash and all the costumes and the kids and the food trucks. And I remember trying to stand in line for one of those food trucks early on at the Halloween one. It was like forever. We did our cultural night. It was awesome with all like this. Remember when they had all the sports and stuff?
Yes.
And each table kind of had like that was super fun to just see all the different cultures and all the things and traditions that families have from different areas. We did our science night. I ate bugs at that night. Do you remember? Did you try the bugs?
I did not.
Yeah, I did. We had our family movie night and the book fair. You remember we were trying to like walk through and there were so many people at the book fair. It was impossible because people were so excited to pick out books. And then of course that we just had our year-end party, our Aloha, and the weather held off just long enough so we could actually get outside and enjoy being together as a community.
Yes, that was so much fun. I almost forgot one that was a really fond memory for me. 5th grade camp. I had so much fun hanging out with my group. We did hiking, we did games, we did collecting bugs, and we learned a lot, and we had fun time with each other. We went across a wire bridge, which was a little nerve-wracking for me, but my group was so encouraging, which I appreciate them for that. But yeah, that was something else that I almost, I want to make sure I remember that too. That was a great opportunity for us to spend time together and have fun outside and learn. There's so many things that you and I haven't even thought of right now. So teachers, why don't you take a moment and pause the video and talk about as class, what are some other memories that you all remember from this year? And when I think it would be really fun if you see Mr. Cornwall or myself in the hallway, maybe share some of those memories, because we'd love to hear what your favorite memories from this year were also.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I can't wait to hear about all the things that you remembered from this year. I'm sure Mr. Cornwall feels similarly. We are just hoping that you have an amazing summer. I want you to have an adventure outside. I want you to read, and I just want you to have fun and relax. And I can't wait to hear about your summer. Mr. Cornwall, do you have any final wishes for everyone this summer?
I wish the same thing. I just wish that everybody just has a great summer and relaxes and has lots of time with family and friends and gets a chance to recharge and be ready to come back next year.
Definitely. Well, then I think we're ready to sign off for our last morning announcement of the 2022-2023 school year. So make it a great summer, Otters.
Hi, Creekside Otters. This is Mrs. Alexander, and my summer wish for you is to get outside, play, read lots of books, and just have an awesome summer. Fourth graders, we're looking forward to seeing you next year. Fifth graders, have a wonderful sixth grade experience.